I hope that this message finds you well. I was inspired to make this video about our concept of kinship and relationship based on just some powerful reminders today about how important really is, and that it is the foundation of so much of our culture. And I, in that, wanted to share a little bit about what does this concept kind of mean. And it's one that I examine a lot, and it's ongoing. And so for a brief introduction, K'é is our kinship system. It relates to kinship, so the idea that we're related to each other, the relationships that we have, but it doesn't just stop there. It's a very complex idea, in that in being related to each other, we are saying that we are responsible to each other, that there's an action, that there's really a call to duty that we have when we say and identify that we're Dene, but also that I am your shík'é, your older sister, or I am your bijé, I'm your auntie, your paternal auntie. And in that relationship, and as we are called for to respect each other and speak to each other with love, that's also what K'é means, is that there's an inherent respect that we have for each other. That means that we aren't just responsible to each other, we're not just related to each other, but that in that respect and in that honoring of each other, that we do it in a way that is respectful and loving and understanding of our teachings as Dene people. And I find this so beautiful. I think that it's so critical to our belief system and for us to practice speaking sacredness fluently, speaking love to each other by saying yat-e, shík'é, meaning hello dad, hello father, yat-e, shík'é. I say that to my niece all the time. Hello niece. and I think that in that way we're saying not just a greeting, but saying that we love each other. It's another expression of affection. And I always love it when my uncles on my dad's side, especially when they speak Navajo to me and when they call me their baby, it's just really endearing, and it just warms my heart so much. And I think that that's important. What does that really enable us to do when we're loved and accepted? The answer is anything. That we can heal our communities, that we can help our youth, that when we tell our youth that we love them, that in that, and we provide actions in that way, we allow for each other to heal, to be safe, to understand that we see them. And that's really important and can be really difficult. And so I think that that's really important, and I will continue to share about this kind of concept of K'é, because it's so much greater than just being related to each other, that there's really an active civic responsibility that we as Dene people believe, and I find that that has so much power. This is the seed of our resilience as a people, and I know that there are ways that this connection exists in other Indigenous communities as well, and I think that when we go back to these ways of expression and greeting, that there's power in that through that action and through that ability to say that we're not just related to each other, but that I will help you, that be through helping you heal by showing up to ceremony, by showing up to events in our community, that through that action we are able to really get to a place of greater achievement within our communities. And that's what we need today. And so speaking sacredness fluently by speaking in ideas of K'é is really important. And so with all of that said, and as I continue to talk about that civic responsibility and that nature, I want to say I'm sorry. I have been making these videos and haven't actually introduced myself in Denebizad, in Navajo, in this way. And so allow me to reintroduce myself. For you hip-hop people, I hope you got and love that reference. But yat shík'é Jacqueline Russell yin shík'é ta cheat initially ki ani bashichin todokoja edashiche do bilagana edashinale. Look at your guy dos and a kind of denasha ado shamato ja e crenado monty wrestlewolia ado masana a Lillian Ewan Tilly. I am of the Red Running Into Water people. That's my mother's clan, and we are a maternal society in Navajo, so that means my clan will be passed on to my future children should I have any, and so the clans move through the mother's bloodline. I am born for the Towering House people. That's my father's clan, and my maternal grandfather's clan is the Saltwater clan, and is born for the excuse me is born for the Maltese clan from Scotland. That clearing of the throat, maybe it's a little bit more hip-hop there, but I'm really honored to be the daughter of Monty and Karina Russell, and the granddaughter of the late Stanley Ewan Tilly, and my masana, who is still alive and lives in Lukachikai, Lillian Ewan Tilly, and my paternal grandparents are the late Bob and Ruth Russell, and I am from Lukachikai and Round Rock, and was raised and went to school in between those communities, but also went to school in Kayenta. So I'm a Mustang. And I just wanted to say again, my apologies for not introducing myself sooner, and I hope that this message inspires you to think of ways to be able to greet the relatives that you have, the people that are dear to you, and ways that you can show up for them. I continuously say to my friends, and just in the work that I do, that being a part of a community means we show up, means that we're there, that we go to ceremony, we pray for each other, that all of that healing happens best when it's done collectively, that we build our communities better when we have people from our communities who take part. And it doesn't matter if you're living on the reservation or off the reservations, there are ways to show up, and we need to think beyond the barriers of that. So I hope that this message inspires you to act on these responsibilities of and our relationships to each other. So with all of that said, thank you, my family. I hope that you keep shining today, because the world needs your light.